more crime vocabulary today. I've been going through something that I wrote a long time ago because I figured, well, it's just sitting here on my computer doing nothing. I might as well use it for my website, because clearly I am building up a new website at the moment called, it's at skype-lessons.com. And that's why I'm making these classes. I'm making these classes to fill up my website with lots of lessons and lots of exercises. And so, yeah, all of these exercises are available on my website. If you miss any of these video classes, just go to skype-lessons.com and you will find all my lessons and all the exercises that I have written for the lessons as well. So you'll find much more than you'll find anywhere else online. I promise there will not be any advertising on my lessons on that website, so you get no adverts. A lot of people complain about YouTube putting adverts on the material, and you will get my honest opinions, and you won't get me censored, which is exactly what you'll get if you watch me on YouTube. Although I'll probably just say what I want and then take the video down, which is my current tactic. So censorship aside, let's get stuck into crime, because obviously there's a lot of crime that's going on around the world at the moment, including some of the crimes I think are being carried out by the World Health Organization and our various governments, who I think are complete and utter totalitarians since 2020, March, to be precise. So let's get on with the crime anyway. We've already done this passage here. And this passage here will be tested on today's exercise that I will put up probably in about 2 or 3 hours. I can't put it up straight away because I'll have a Russian class and then an English class. So we'll start here. 3 teenagers who can't be named for legal reasons have been arrested and charged with being in possession of a deadly weapon. The 3 boys were stopped and searched on their way home from school. So to be charged, firstly, to be charged with something means to be formally accused of the crime. First, you're charged with a crime, which means that you're formally accused and taken into custody. Yeah, you'll be arrested when you're charged with a crime. And after you've been taken into custody, then they'll decide whether it's possible to prosecute you. So prosecute is a different word, and it means when they put you through the court process, yeah, the trial, when they take you to trial. So if you're in possession of something, then you have, but it's very formal, and you might say charged with being in possession of drugs, or he was found in possession of a firearm, something like that. A little bit dark in here, isn't it? Let's turn on some lights. So the 3 boys were stopped and searched on their way home from school. This simply means that the police stopped them and then looked for something dangerous or something illegal in all of their pockets, or and maybe somewhere else hidden on their person. So to search, I want to make this really clear that the verb search is not or should not be used like look for. And I know some of you do it out there. You think search, okay, it's just search for, look for, synonyms. They're not. Okay, I want to make that really clear. Search means usually to search somebody for drugs, yeah, or to search somebody for weapons, or to search somebody for something else. You can search somebody's house if you think that there's something illegal inside the house. You might get a search warrant and then search the house. But notice that search, it's actually used to mean look for something on a person or look for something in a room. And it's when the police search, usually. I agree that Google also searches. I do agree that search engines look for things on the internet, but please use look for and not search for when you say, I'm looking for my keys. Do not say I'm searching for my keys. It sounds really odd to me. Yeah. And so I would avoid that one. Look for is fine. So some people are here now. So I'm sorry, I'm still a little bit tired. Good morning, Sweetness Mitra. Good morning, Kaha. Good morning, Amit. And good morning, Sarah. So let's carry on. Rifling through their backpacks, this is a good phrasal verb, police officers were shocked to discover a large knife in each pupil's bag. So we have a lot of knife crime at the moment. I think the youngsters are sadly getting quite violent around the place. I suppose being shut in all year hasn't helped things. But if you rifle through something, then you search for if you rifle through a backpack, then you're searching it for something. I mean, burglars could rifle through your drawers if they're looking for something in your drawer. So to rifle through means to look through the contents of something, but very often it's just chucking all the stuff out or moving all the stuff around in quite a messy way. So police officers had to rifle through their backpacks. Yeah. What have I put for rifle through here? Go through a number of items that are in a box, bag, drawer, compared to sift through, which would be very often used with rubbish, and go through as well. But yeah, rifle through somebody's belongings, rifle through their backpacks, a bag, a drawer. Yeah, you can use it for when you're looking for something in that place. So the boys claimed to have been carrying the offensive weapons in self-defense. Yeah, these are offensive weapons, obviously, means, you know, objects capable of doing harm. Nonetheless, the authorities have been promising to clamp down on knife crime. So to clamp down on means to become stricter and to perhaps impose heavier penalties or harsher punishments, more severe punishments, and that's how you clamp down on knife crime. So they don't want to appear too lenient. Yeah, lenient is the opposite of harsh. It's the opposite of severe. A lenient punishment, a harsh punishment, a severe punishment. Therefore, it is highly likely that all three boys will receive a custodial sentence. A custodial sentence is a sentence where you are taken into custody. In other words, a prison sentence. Yeah, and prison sentence works very well as well, which may mean they will be put away. Yeah, put away means locked up. If you are put away or sent down, you are locked up. That's three different phrasal verbs there I'm giving you for to be locked up. Yeah. Well, locked up is one of them, sent down is another, put away is another. They all mean the same thing. Yeah, locked up, sent down, put away. They can all mean get sent to prison. Yeah, locked up, sent down, put away. Let's make sure all of those are there. Okay, let's keep going. Which may mean they will be put away in a young offenders institute. This is what we call a prison for young people, or some kind. It's a place where we keep young people incarcerated, imprisoned, and of course, they're for young people, not for adults. Okay, so you'll be doing this exercise on my website, and I'll get that one ready for you in a few hours, and these 5 and 6 as well. Let's just do these last two parts, and then you can do all the questions on my website. And how much time have we got left? We've got 7 minutes. Excellent. We've got 15 people here. Hello, everybody. So police are on the lookout for a con artist who specializes in taking in the elderly and the vulnerable. So to be on the lookout, yeah, it means to keep your eyes peeled. Yeah, it's another good expression, to keep your eyes peeled, to keep your ear to the ground, if you want to use one with ear. But to be on the lookout for a con artist, I've told you before, a con man, a con artist is a fraudster. He's someone who tricks you to get your money. But not fraudster like accountant committing fraud in a company, but it's somebody who tricks people by pretending to be someone who he isn't and then making them send him money in some kind of way. So a con man who specializes in taking in, remember, to take somebody in is to deceive them. Yeah. And so we are all being taken in by the media. Yeah. I go on about this a lot because it really makes me cross. It makes me angry. The whole world is in a much worse place than it was 2 years ago. Just think back to 2 years ago, guys, when things were quite really, literally normal. But everybody has been taken in, and now all sorts of people think it's honestly dangerous to go outside. It's absolutely bizarre. So taking in the elderly and the vulnerable and the feeble-minded. The culprit has been described as bald, lanky, in his mid-30s and speaking with a thick Southwest accent. So remember perpetrator, guys? Culprit means perpetrator, yeah? It's the same word. Lanky, which you might not know, means tall and skinny, but kind of quite clumsy. It sounds quite clumsy to me as well, kind of tall and clumsy. Yeah, tall, skinny and clumsy. And speaking with a thick, we say a thick accent, by the way, guys, that's something worth remembering, a thick Southwest accent, yeah, something like that. So far, he has cheated 4 pensioners out of their life savings, yeah, he's cheated 4 pensioners out of their life savings. It means he has diddled them out of their life savings. He has done them out of their life savings. We have at least 2 other phrasal verbs here. Guys, this book's still saying well. If you want to know how I know all of these phrasal verbs, it's because I wrote the book on them. So please buy this book, £20 in a hard copy or £20 for a colour PDF. So he has cheated 4 pensioners out of their life savings by making out, by pretending. Yeah, to make out that means to pretend that. Another excellent phrasal verb. By making out that he is an employee of their bank. Firstly, he calls the pensioner at home to gain their confidence, to gain their trust. Yeah, it's a good collocation, to gain somebody's to gain somebody's confidence, to gain somebody's trust, and prepare them for his upcoming visit. Secondly, he swings by, pops by, drops by, pops round, drops round. We got a lot of phrasal verbs for this one as well. So do be aware that there are many phrasal verbs for swing by. So he drops by and asks them to fill in or fill out a form. Yeah, that's another phrasal verb that I'm well aware of because I've written them down in that book. And so you can fill out a form or fill in a form, and they are synonyms, weirdly enough. The form is full of questions that ask for all sorts of personal details, including bank account details. As soon as the victim hands over all his personal information, the account is emptied. So you've got a good phrasal verb there at the end of hands over. You could say turns over as well, which we had in a previous one. As soon as he turns over all of his personal information. Yeah, and of course, this is the kind of scam which goes on very often nowadays. Everybody's stuck at home on the computer. And so I think scammers have been hard at work for the last year or so because everybody's been online a lot longer. And so online scams are spiraling out of control. Okay, anybody else saying good morning? I can't see both at the same time, you see. So it's just the same. I think it's the same group as yesterday. I think I'll get a lot of people coming back for these classes. So thanks, guys. Thanks for the support. So far, 3 men have been taken into custody. Very good expression. Yeah, arrested. Taken into custody in connection with the murder. And do remember as well that we talk about custody of a child. So very often when people get divorced, they fight over custody of the child. And then one of the parents is awarded custody of the child. And usually it's both, they share custody of the child, but how they share custody of the child is decided in the court. So in connection with the murder, the first man was able to provide a watertight alibi. Yeah, there are a lot of other ones with alibi, and iron-proof, does that work? What? Watertight, bulletproof, that works. A bulletproof alibi for the night in question. The second man is still waiting for police to corroborate his alibi. So to corroborate means to verify, confirm. It's a Latin word, and if you speak a Romance language, you might well know words like that already. But the third man is still being interrogated by the police. To be interrogated means to be questioned formally by the police. And he remains the prime suspect, the main suspect. Fingerprints found at the scene of the crime provide compelling evidence, yeah? Persuasive evidence, convincing evidence, overwhelming evidence, irrefutable evidence, yeah? There are a lot of other phrases that you could use as well. That the assassin had an accomplice. An accomplice is somebody who helps you commit the crime, yeah? Somebody who helps the criminal, and of course that's a crime in itself. To help the murderer is to be a criminal yourself, and you will be arrested and charged if you have helped somebody kill somebody. So yeah, being an accomplice, of course, is also a crime. So on my website, you'll have these exercises that you've just seen to help you go through this new vocabulary. And tomorrow's class will go through some of these lovely pictures and talk about the UK courts. Now, I'm not sure if we'll do it tomorrow or the next day. I might do a writing exercise tomorrow. I might do some tenses. I might do something else, not sure. But anyone who would like to carry on getting these classes, just come along in the mornings. Maybe hit, I think there's a button you can press on YouTube to get a notification of when I've gone live. I don't know, being honest. I've never really cared. It's not in my, I couldn't give a stuff. So good morning. I have a bee in my bonnet about your phrasal verbs classes. You're not really using that bee in your bonnet right there. Yeah. You know, when you have a bee in your bonnet, it's not pleasant. Yeah. Have you ever had a bee in your hat and it's stinging you? Yeah, that's closer to what to have a bee in your bonnet. You're going crazy when you've got a bee in your bonnet about something, but it's not usually about something positive. Let me look it up for you, a bee in your bonnet. And the reason I'm looking it up is because, as you can hear, it's not something that I use at all. But that doesn't mean it's not a reasonable expression to use. It is, you know, a common expression. Everybody's heard of it. Okay, to keep talking about something because you think it's very important. Okay, yeah, I didn't really know the meaning of that one then, David. To keep talking about something because you think it's very important. Well, I'm still not sure you've used it correctly there, but be aware that that's one, yeah, which I, you know, oh, excited, interested, enthusiastic. Is it really excited and interested? I've always thought that that's a one which means that you're annoyed or, you know, because when a bee's stinging you and stinging you and stinging you, I've always had the vision in my head of that it's, you know, a irritating process. Yeah, it's more like it drives you around the bend or something like that. I am beaten up by the bug of your friend. You're not really got beaten up there, right? Either, David. Be careful with some of these idiomatic expressions. Personally, I don't think a bee in your bonnet is very often used, but it's an obsessive preoccupation with something. Okay, so when you're obsessed with something, it's like having an obsession, a bee in your bonnet about. So maybe you are using it right there. Perhaps I'm wrong. Perhaps English people will say, Dave, what is Dave talking about? You are using it absolutely correctly. But yeah, it's not one which I often use. So I don't want to. Perhaps I don't want to even explain it, or I certainly, it sounds like you're using it correctly. So thanks everybody for coming. I'll see you next time. Yeah, and please ask questions as always about the lesson if there's something that you're not sure of. And that's good. I'm dead keen on your phrasal verbs. They're not my phrasal verbs. Oh, have you got the book then, David? Have you bought this one? Did you buy the visual phrasal verbs book? Because if you have, then I can understand you saying your phrasal verbs. Because yeah, these are my phrasal verbs, but the ones that I use every day in language are everybody's phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs are such a big part of the English language. It's weird that they're not taught at an earlier stage, I think, in a lot of the TEFL books, because certainly English kids learn them right from the beginning. They're considered the easier words, but I do agree that they're not easy. Okay, so thanks everybody for watching. We'll end it there, and I've got a lesson anyway in a few minutes, but hopefully I'll see you maybe later today, maybe tomorrow. Just keep an eye on YouTube or VK or wherever it is that you keep an eye on me, or just go to my website. That's the easiest way. Okay, see you later.